Welcome to Bilingual History. Bienvenidos a la historia bilingüe. In today's lesson, we are going to review from our previous lessons. We will learn what is the Continental Congress. We will learn about common sense. And finally, what are the words in the Declaration of Independence? To review, the colonists were angry about the taxes. The people divided into patriots and loyalists. The first battles were at Lexington and Concord in Massachusetts. The Continental Congress. A group of representative men from each of the 13 colonies except Georgia. They met in Philadelphia. They actually met in 1774 before the battles of Lexington and Concord, 1775, because of all the taxes passed by English Parliament. In 1776, after various other battles, they wrote and passed the Declaration of Independence. Un grupo de hombres representando las colonias reunieron en Filadelfia en 1776, después de unas batallas, estos hombres escribieron la Declaración de Independencia. Thomas Paine argued for independence from England in the pamphlet Common Sense. Thomas Paine abogó por la independencia de Inglaterra en el folleto Sentido, común. His pamphlet helped change many people's minds about fighting against England for independence. Su folleto ayudó a cambiar muchas mentes de la gente para pelear o luchar contra Inglaterra para la independencia. So on July 4th, 1776, this is when we say the Continental Congress wrote and passed the Declaration of Independence. This is also the date that the United States now celebrates Independence Day. So, esta fecha es el día cuando celebramos la Día de Independencia en los Estados Unidos. There are 3 parts in the Declaration of Independence. Part 1. Basic human rights. All men are created equal. Our unalienable rights are life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. Unalienable means impossible to take away. Derechos humanos básicos. Todos los hombres son creados iguales. Nuestros derechos inalienables son la vida, la libertad y la búsqueda de la felicidad. Inalienable significa imposible de quitar. Part 2. A list of grievances against King George III of England. A grievance is a formal complaint. Lista de agravios contra el rey Jorge III de Inglaterra. Agravio significa una queja formal. And finally, Part 3 was a formal statement of independence, una declaración formal de independencia. Fill in the blank with the correct vocabulary word for each picture. Completa el espacio en blanco con la palabra de vocabulario correcta para cada imagen. The was a group of representative men in the colonies. Continental Congress. The Continental Congress was a group of representative men in the colonies. Thomas Paine argued for independence in his pamphlet Common Sense. Thomas Paine argued for independence in his pamphlet Common Sense. The Declaration of Independence was signed on, which is when the United States celebrates Independence Day. July 4th, 1776. The Declaration of Independence was signed on July 4th, 1776, which is when the United States celebrates Independence Day. The three unalienable rights in the Declaration of Independence are life, liberty, and happiness. The three unalienable rights in the Declaration of Independence are life, liberty, and happiness. A is a formal complaint. Grievance. A grievance is a formal complaint. It is important to note that the Declaration of Independence has the words, "All men are created equal." According to our modern interpretation of this document, this did not include people of color, who were slaves and considered property at the time, nor women. It has been argued that the original meaning of those words was that the colonists had the same rights to govern themselves as other nations and had little to do with individual rights. However, the Continental Congress, who was representing the people in making these decisions for the colonies, was made up of a group of white men, many who owned slaves. Therefore, at the very base of creation of the United States, there was inequality. This is important because it affected the way this country was built, how it grew over the years, and it affects us still today. Es importante tener en cuenta que la Declaración de Independencia tiene las palabras "Todos los hombres son creados iguales". Según nuestra interpretación moderna de este documento, esto no incluía a las personas de color que eran esclavos y se consideraban propiedad en ese momento, ni a las mujeres. Se ha argumentado que el significado original de esas palabras era que los colonos tenían los mismos derechos para gobernarse a sí mismos que otras naciones y tenían poco que ver con los derechos individuales. Sin embargo, el Congreso Continental, que representaba a la gente al tomar estas decisiones para las colonias, estaba formado por un grupo de hombres blancos, muchos de los cuales poseían esclavos. Por lo tanto, en la base misma de la creación de los Estados Unidos, hubo desigualdad. Esto es importante porque afectó la forma en que se construyó este país, cómo creció a lo largo de los años y nos afecta todavía hoy. Thanks for watching. Gracias por ver.